the Aussie dollar going to crash? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to have a look at an article which is highlighting the fact that the Aussie dollar, well, it's had a slight little correction just recently. Let's bring up this website here so you can see how far the Aussie dollar has declined, everyone. If we have a look here, we're at 71.37 US cents. The Aussie dollar slumped below 72 cents. There you go. Look at that climb. It was over 79 cents. Remember, do you remember when it was a $1 US? I remember that. That was good days. Really good days, everyone. So let's have a look at this article, which is highlighting, well, why it's going to fall. How low will it go? Will it hit 50 cents? Once again, I remember when it was below 50 cents. I think 44 cents. Maybe I'm showing my age here. So the Australian dollar has fallen again during the trading session on Friday, as we continue to see the US dollar strengthen. Quite frankly, the Aussie dollar continues to struggle at the hands of the Australian government, which of course has been locking down everything at the drop of a hat. Yeah, it has. It definitely has. One case, two cases, every state's been locked down. That continues to work again. Oh, except Tasmania. I think Tasmania's gotten away without a lockdown. Let me know in the comments if I missed one. That continues to work against Australian growth, and housing prices in Australia are finally starting to suffer as well. Well, let's bring up some property prices here, and let me just reload this page here, and we can see this is overall the weekly asking property prices for the capital cities. Notice how it's slightly heading down. Have we hit a peak? If we bring in national, which also shows the regions are included here, you can see they've headed down. And if we zoom in a bit closer, we can have a look at Sydney, and I'll just reload this page. There you go. Sydney's been the biggest mover here. Look at that correction. Look at that movement down, everyone. If Sydney falls, what's going to happen to the rest of the country? What are we going to do if property goes down, everyone? How could housing be affordable here in Australia? Well, if the dollar goes down, then there'll just be more people. It'll make it even more attractive then. Beyond that, we also have to keep in mind the Chinese economy slowing down, and that, of course, will have people selling off the Australian dollar by proxy. That's the thing. That's what some people don't realize. People invest in the Aussie dollar as a proxy for the Chinese economy because we export so much iron ore and we're so dependent on their economy. It's a little concerning, everyone. The big story here is probably the US dollar and what's going on with it. Ultimately, if the US dollar strengthens, then the Aussie will fall right along with several other currencies. That's really what's happening here. Looking at this market, we are most certainly oversold. So I think that some type of bounce is likely to come into the picture. And therefore, I think that if you're not already involved, you're probably best served waiting for some type of bounce before you start shorting signs of exhaustion will be jumped all over. And clearly at this point, the Australian dollar will continue to suffer at the hands of the greenback. The real question now is whether or not the 70-cent level will hold the Australian dollar up, as it's a big figure and an area that has quite a bit of psychological importance as well as structural importance. If we break down below there, the Aussie dollar will almost certainly collapse at that point in time. The US dollar is starting to see a lot of strength in general, and that, of course, will show itself here. So we'll have to keep an eye on the Aussie dollar to see if we break below 70 cents this coming week, everyone. What do you think? I have a shot of coffee. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think will break below 70 cents. Someone was saying we'll hit 50 cents. So, and this article is from FX Empire. Now, what's the solution? Written by Christopher Lewis. What's the solution, takeaway, or the lesson to this? Well, let's have a bit of a talk, guys. And I'm going to make sure I'm jumping. So, I'm an architect, guys. I don't give financial advice on my channel. The only advice I give to people are suggestions and rules of thumb on how to pay down debt. and not to get into debt. You know, don't take advice from any talking head on the YouTubes. Seriously, particularly if they're in the crypto space and they got a sure deal and they want you to send them $50,000. What I would suggest, though, or the question I'll put to you, and maybe we should have this as a discussion in the audience, if there is a sign that the Australian dollar is going down, what implications will that have on our economy? Well, generally, it makes our exports more attractive. Iron ore is a big part of that, which is also heading down. It makes tourism more attractive for foreigners, but how many people are traveling around? Maybe next year there might be a desire for that. It'll make our other exports more attractive too. Our international students will find it more cost-effective to live here and to study here, but they're not really coming over at the moment. It will make all of our imports more expensive. Every single thing that we import, from petrol to food to manufactured goods to computer equipment, all of that will start getting more expensive. So, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Oh, it'll also, wait, I can't forget, when we eventually can go overseas, it will make traveling overseas more expensive. So, and for those of you that want to invest overseas, it's going to make investing overseas more expensive. It's going to make buying overseas shares more expensive. It's going to make buying Bitcoin in Australian dollars more expensive because it's pretty much tied to the US dollar, everyone. But if you have investments overseas that you get paid in US dollars, then that return is going to increase in value relative to the Australian dollar. So it could be a win or a win. What's the takeaway? Well, I'd suggest make sure you have a diversity of investment and income streams, some coming from US dollars, some coming from other currencies. Not having all your eggs in one basket. But that's pretty easy advice. I think we just have to watch, wait, and see what happens, and keep an eye on that 70-cent level next week, or this week. See if it breaches that. And then, well, how low will it go? You tell me. As always, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hang on. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.